Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1584, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. Who was the King of England from 927 to 939? Athelstan. What marks the border between Asia and Africa? Suez Canal. What name is given to a cockerel that has been castrated and often fattened to increase the quality of its meat? Capon. Jello Biafra was the lead singer of what band? Dead Kennedys. Who was the mayor of Chicago from 1955 to 1976? Richard J. Daley. Including spin-offs and tie-ins, how many issues were released as part of the original Strangers in Paradise comic series before its planned end in 2007? 106. What was the name of the command module for the Apollo 11 space mission? Answer: Columbia. Astronaut Michael Collins piloted Columbia around the moon while fellow astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin took man's first strolls on the moon's surface. What chocolate cake is named for the Vienna hotel that keeps its recipe secret? Sachertorte. What actor plays the role of Frank Martin in the original Transporter movies? Jason Statham. Who was the Roman goddess of peace? Pax. Who played Wilhelmina Slater on the sitcom Ugly Betty? Vanessa Williams. What popular board game involving money was banned in the Soviet Union? Monopoly. What was Big Ben renamed to in 2012? Elizabeth Tower. In what month does Hispanic Heritage Month begin? September. Which school was Maya Lin attending when she designed the Vietnam Veterans Memorial as part of a class assignment? Yale University. Who wrote the novel Little House on the Prairie? Laura Ingalls Wilder. Who won a Nobel Prize for discovering nuclear fission? Otto Hahn. Who played the male lead role in the film Terminator Salvation? Sam Worthington. What was the real first name of the First Lady known as Mamie Eisenhower? Mary. What alcohol is used to make a caipirinha? Cachaça. What is Camp David's official name? Naval Support Facility Thurmont. President Eisenhower named it Camp David after his grandson, David. What CCR frontman made his solo concert debut at the first Farm Aid in 1985? John Fogerty. A bell was removed from St. Patrick's tomb 60 years after he died. What is this bell called? The Bell of Testament. Oro y Plata, gold and silver, is the motto for which U.S. state? Montana. What Stephen King novel features an evil clown named Pennywise? It. What continent was the original home to the red tomato? South America. Who were the Three Musketeers? Athos, Porthos, Aramis? What nation was led by Akbar the Great? India. How many eyelids does a duck have? 3. How old was Catherine of Aragon when she was betrothed to Prince Arthur? Catherine was 3 years old. Which variety of gemstone is formed from natural volcanic glass? Obsidian. It is the most common form of natural glass and, like many other gemstones, has been used to make jewelry and carving since the Stone Age. Roseau is the capital of which country? Dominica. The name pterodactyl is based on a Greek phrase meaning what? Wingfinger. Which infamous prison was stormed on July 14th, 1789? Bastille. What gymnastic event often sees men performing the Iron Cross or crucifix? Rings. In what film is Bruce Willis's first scene backed by Al Green's Let's Stay Together? Pulp Fiction. Which country were the 1952 Winter Olympic Games held in? Norway. What's the largest artery in the human body? The aorta. The comma bacillus causes what disease? Cholera. What does the L stand for in Samuel L. Jackson? Leroy. Which of Shakespeare's plays features a sorcerer named Prospero? The Tempest. What venomous marine animal has 24 eyes? Australian box jellyfish. Not only does it have 24 eyes, it has no brain. It is considered the most venomous marine animal. How long was the TV show Gunsmoke between 1955 and 1961? 30 minutes. What form of theater was the subject of many of Degas' paintings? Ballet. What Arctic sea whale has one long horn on its head? Narwhal. What is Gary Oldman's character's code name in the 2011 spy drama Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy? Beggarman. Approximately how long did the Pony Express run? 18 months. What is the only bird to be honored by its own year on the Chinese calendar? Rooster. What does the suffix "stan" mean? Place of. Famed basketballer Michael Jordan retired from the Chicago Bulls in 1993 to take up a position in which other ball sport? Baseball. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.